Last time, in Odyssey of the Dragonlords, the Chosen were leaving the ancient grove with the intention of retrieving the stolen stories of destiny from Demetria, the fallen / fell / insane dryad. Things got messy. In the end, Demetria did hand over the information in exchange for an honorable death, which was carried out by Reset. Reset, in the moment of striking her down, you did sort of feel something confusing. I mean, you have, slain monsters before, essentially, but there was something about the death of Demetria that sort of resonated with you, and you kind of carrying that with you a little bit. You guys left the ancient grove, went back through the mossy temple, and made your way into the Old Wood, where you camped for the night. You bid farewell to the formerly cursed Hercus, who Demetria had permanently turned into a squirrel. And he promised you a future boon to be granted by the druids of the Old Wood. Fitful night of being camp counselors for traumatized children. You woke in the morning to an attack from 6 centaur warriors, led by none other than Gaius and his silver dragon. The fight was brutal, and Alexei the Doomed One was run down and killed for the second time. His body broken beneath the hooves of one of the centaur huntresses. And I think that's about where we left off. So let me move you guys back over to the Old Wood. Pop back up that combat tracker. And go ahead and get right back into the action. Yeah, there's all the little tents. It's nice. Alright. I think we're in the middle of some extremely intense Chrono Cross music. Chrono Cross, one of the best soundtracks of all time. One of the most okayest video games. If you like having 47 different NPCs. Alright. In that way, I guess it's kind of like this adventure. There's a lot of recruitable NPCs. Alright, Reset, start us off.
Right. Okay, so...
I mean, right back to it.
Yeah, these tents. I can.
If it'll help,
I can stand
I'll
here.
put down some. You could stand in a tent. I mean, you can go inside a tent if you want. Oh yeah, you can.
No, I
stand
mean
there.
like this
Yeah,
space here.
it's
Okay.
like 3D / top down. You know, Diablo
Oh
style.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna move here.
Here, if this helps you,
Or actually here.
be more immersed. That's all of Alexi's insides. There you go. All right.
Yeah, she sees that, and this
Yeah.
is actually the first time.
Yeah, like
she's
intestines
seen
are coming out of
Alexi
his
die.
butthole. It's like real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because Alexi died when she was dead last time, so she
Right.
didn't see it happen. She's gonna go flurry of blows this one.
Okay.
I think
yeah,
all 3 hit.
fantastic. You were trying to hit an armor class of 12 because I didn't design these centaurs. So yeah, all 3 hit. She takes 19 points of damage and is bloodied.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell out at Alexi. I'll just yell at Alexi.
All right.
Just-
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to remind everyone that this one just got hit with my guiding bolt, so it has advantage on the next attack against this one down here.
Okay.
Which one?
The one next to Soul.
Okay. I think it already has it, but Soul's standing on the
Okay,
icon.
cool.
There you go.
Just making sure.
Yeah. All right. That brings us to Centaur 22, who is by Tiny Bird. Yeah, he ain't too proud to kill a flaming chicken. He will attack the flaming chicken. Here we go. He'll try to stab flaming chicken. Does a 12 hit?
No, it doesn't actually.
All right. He will rear up on his hind hoofs, or yeah, and try and bop, 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 hit this thing with his hoofs.
Yeah, it's gone.
All right. There is a
Oh.
burst of flame,
Yeah.
and tiny chicken disappears. All right. Angry and a bit confused, he is going to trample this tent and rush over to Talus. Nah, he'll save it for a charge. What am I thinking? Charges are good. Hypatia, you're up.
Okay, this lovely centaur lady right in front of me is going to get a sleeping draft.
Ooh. All right.
Yes, there we go. Okay.
Oof. 34 is a hearty dose of sleeping draught. She has more than 34 hit points.
Darn it. That's a terrible roll. Look at that.
Centaur are
Okay.
beefy. Yeah.
So then, when it is fewer than that, it becomes drowsy and its speed is halved. It can't take
Okay.
reactions, and it can't make more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
I do not have an icon for that, so let me go with.
It's basically like
basically-
slow.
Yeah,
Here we
it's
go.
just like slow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
okay.
That's pretty good.
For a first level spell, hell yeah, right? Is it a first level spell?
Well,
or
it's second level. Yeah, it's second
That's
level.
still amazing.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
And then because it can't take reactions, I'm gonna run away.
Alright.
Let's see. I got. Where am I going? Let's distance. It's hard. Okay, let's go hang out with the kids. Target rich
Fair enough.
environment. There we go.
Alright.
Okay.
Anastasia, you're up.
All right. I'm going to light up my hands.
Oh, I think I
and-
was actually supposed to move some of these kids. That's right. Yeah. You keep going.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, that spell stays on it until it's damaged. So
Gotcha.
Oh, excellent. All right. My hands are going to light up, and I'm going to shoot a fiery eldritch blast at this one with advantage.
That is gonna hit.
7.
He takes 7 points of damage and is bloodied.
Okay. I will just start flying over this way a little bit to see what's going on over here on this side, help him out.
All right, so you are flying. What's your elevation?
15 feet.
Okay, so we'll do a 3, like 3 times 5, essentially.
Okay.
This might be a good way to track it.
Okay.
All right, that brings us to the dragon. All right, the dragon. Let's see. Oof. All right, it keeps flying around, waiting for its breath weapon to recharge. Alexei is dead. Alexei's body begins to horribly convulse. Philippocles, Reset, and Peritos, you are all within clear line of sight to see this hideous ritual happening again. You hear sort of a slurping sound as the aforementioned organs that had been squished out of his butthole begin to get sucked back into his body. He begins to scream wildly as if he is enduring the greatest pain imaginable, which I think having your guts stuffed back up your butt is probably pretty painful. You hear bones sort of crackling and mending, flesh rending and rearranging itself, and his broken body begins slowly but surely piecing itself back together. That is his turn, though. All right, that centaur is out of the equation. Philippocles, you're up.
Phil's gonna take a step forward, and he's gonna just try and grab onto this one with his bonus action.
All right, fair enough.
22.
22 against a 24. Centaur not having it.
Alright, well, if that's the case, then I'm just gonna go ahead and swing at it with my greatsword, trying to come up under his legs and cut his legs off.
All right, that is a solid hit. Pulls his legs back in time to keep them, but does take a nasty gash from your sword. All right, anything else from Philippocles?
Nah, that's my turn.
Okay. Let's see. Alice, you're up.
Okay. We're gonna move down here through the fire, past the fire. I think the centaur have to run through the fire to get to me. That's the plan anyway. And we are going to hurl a shotgun.
Okay. At this one right here, that is, this one? Yeah, he's not dodging, he's bloodied. There we go. Let's see.
Madness.
Yeah, 10 minus 5 definitely does not hit. Alright. Anything else from Talus? Is Peritos gonna go, or?
Yeah. There it is. We will go and try to do a flyby attack on these guys up here next to Philip.
Okay. Yeah,
6
20 is
slashing.
definitely gonna hit. 6 slashing damage.
We'll continue
Alright.
flying away.
And then he's gonna fly away. Got it.
80 fly speed is nice.
Alright, this one right here that Philippocles tried to grab and then slashed, he is just going to raise up his hooves and try to smash. I don't think that hits unless
Nope.
you were reckless.
Hit.
Okay.
I was not reckless.
Alright, and then he tries to pike you. 24 for 10, but you are raging, so reduced to 5. Alright. At the 10 initiative mark, your NPCs go, as well as reinforcements. You hear another horn being sounded. This one a bit less tribal, a bit more melodious. go ahead and roll yourself into initiative, Astraeus. Or sorry, Astraeus? Is that correct?
Astraeus, yeah.
Astraeus. Okay, got it. All
First
right.
round two.
Hey, if you had gotten higher than a 10, you'd have to wait
a
till
really
next
good
turn.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can I make out which direction the horn sounded from?
It also came from the north. You see, you will.
I'm just gonna yell out. They have reinforcements.
All right, rushing onto the scene, you see a man in armor. He doesn't look like this because he's got armor on. Leading 6 look like hoplites. Let's see. Hypatia, you have keen mind, yes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. You recognize these hoplites as Astorian guards. All right. Kyra, having taken care of the kids, asks you guys if you need some background music, or you have this, or
Some zombie music might be nice.
zombie music. Okay. She will play the zombie song, which should give you guys the ability to possibly survive hits that would kill you. All right, fair enough. She can do this from just about anywhere, but she will move closer to you guys, just out of companionship. Lorius is going to rush back with the children. Karina will also guide children away. All right. Centaur number 8. Centaur number 8 looks to the north and sees the reinforcements. He sees one of his teammates is down. He looks to the skies, but sees only the roofed forest canopy above. Philippocles, you see on his face, beneath the war paint and the anger, is the underlying current of fear.
Used to
he
that
is-
look.
Yeah, he's going to stick it out for now, because non-centaur are slow as hell, so he thinks he could probably outlast him. Alright, here we go. He's gonna try to hoof you. He's gonna try to pike you. 24 for 10. 13 for 6. Alright, so 5 points of bludgeoning damage from them hoofs.
I'm
Alright.
ready now.
Centaur number 5, she is slow and sleepy. She lets out sort of a yawn, and does it reduce her rate of fire to like 1, just like slow does, or?
Yeah, its speed is halved and
Uh-huh.
only 1 attack.
Okay. Let's see. Can she still get to Talus with that speed? Let's see. Yeah, her speed's 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4. She won't get a charge in though. That's kind of sad. All right, she will. Yeah, why not? She will sleepily ride towards Talus. Let's see, to there, and then she will try to run you through with her pike as she goes. 11 does not hit. Alrighty, soldier number 5, and soldier number 4. They're just gonna come rushing in. Here we go. And then they'll take a dash action. Alright, Astraeus, you're up. What's
I
up?
will yell at Reset. They're Astorian. See?
But I won't kill him.
Yeah, you do see
Our
that they are in
reinforcements.
fact, yeah, they are in fact on your side.
So yeah, Astraeus is gonna stride forward, and as he rides, or as he comes up across that, he sees battle-worn people, and calls for a blessing of Mitros upon the nearest to him, which would be Philippicles, and I'm going to healing word him.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't even prompt me to cast it at a level 2. Oh, that's why it's doing that thing. Sorry. Oh wow, not my best.
I mean, it's what, a level 2 healing word? That ain't bad. All right, so 6 points of healing to Philippicles.
No longer
And-
bloodied.
And I'll keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm dashing,
Okay.
and I'll call for the other hoplites to stride forward.
Okay. Centaur number 3. She is going to look down at whatever is going on with Alexi, and her face kind of betrays like fear and disgust at what she's witnessing. She looks at all these hoplites coming. She looks over at the others fighting, and I am going to check her morale. All right, she is going to take a disengage and run into the forest. So she's about 10 feet off the map. All right, let's see. Soldier number 2, feeling pretty good about his low initiative. He is going to come racing in. Top of the round, we're set.
I'm gonna yell out that they're escaping, or they're retreating. Not escaping.
There's two totally different intents there.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
They're retreating.
Kill them.
Yeah. I'm gonna run over here, 40 feet, and I'm going to try to tangle this guy's legs up as I come in. So I'm just gonna.
Okay. Is this
use my
like
spear
fulfilling
to
some
kinda-
Shang-Li fantasies with like a spinning bird kick kind of deal? Like you turn into a little helicopter as you run past him, or?
Sure, but except
Okay.
instead of my kicks, I'm using a spear to sweep
not,
at him.
not as
It's like a
All right.
helicopter, sort of.
Sure. All right. I will record helicopter at Centaur knees in the playbook. You get your +2 cinematic bonus for it this time.
All right.
All
so
right.
that's a 5 to hit.
All right.
Or 14 to hit for 5. And then I will just use my normal bonus action to smack him with the shield as well
Okay.
on the kneecap.
Ooh.
Ah.
All right. He kind of kicks the shield as it's coming towards him, and you hear like a clang as it kind of knocks it aside.
All right.
Okay, fair enough. What do we got here? All right. Bloodied. People running. This guy, I think he's too in it at this point. He's too in it to try to run. The other one was close to the force, so this guy's got a passive athletics of 16. I'm thinking he could just like jump the fire, which would be hype as hell. So we'll have him trample down this tree. I will roll just to see how his athletics goes. But you know, strength calculator, he could totally do it. But we'll see what RNGesus has to say. Yeah, he's fine. So you watch as he tramples this tent, leaps over the campfire, and as he leaps over the campfire, Talus, he tries to stab you with a charge attack. This will hurt very badly if it hits you. 17.
That hits.
All right, he adds his charge damage to it for a total of 27 damage.
Well, then I'm down.
All right, you can attempt a DC 32 Constitution save because of Zombie Song to see if you're still standing. So you have a nat 20 chance of living through this attack.
It's just a roll, a constitution.
A Constitution.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a Constitution save. Like a zombie. Oof, that was a good check, but not enough. He rides over you and begins to head towards Kyra. Oh, I think he's just shy of enough movement to get to her. 35. Ooh, we got a spellcaster down here. All right. He will just ride over you and keep going. Since Anastasia, well, you're only 15 feet up, right, Anastasia?
Yeah, I keep guessing
All
he might
right.
be able to hit me. But with his hooves?
We'll just have him stab you with this pike again. That makes more
Okay.
sense. You're right. You're right. The pike's got a 10-foot reach. He's like 10 feet tall. Yeah, that's fine. Here we go. 24 for 7.
Thank you, sir. I have another.
All right. You may. There's more centaurs where that came from. Haha. Hypatia, you're up.
All right. Let's throw out a chromatic orb, and
All
I'm
right.
gonna do it for, let's do acid damage.
Okay, against this
Yeah.
handsome fellow right here that
Yeah.
you just melted a hole in. All right,
Yep.
let's see. If this attack deals force or thunder, it does not, but it did deal an ass load of acid damage. How does he die?
Basically, I just, like, I tried to melt a hole in the helmet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I melted a hole in his head.
Oh, at least it cauterized it though.
Yeah.
So there's that. We all know that acid is neon green in Dungeons and Dragons, so we'll just update his character art real quick. There we go.
Mhm.
And he is Dunskies.
Anastasia
He
will
just
do,
sort of
like,
collapses.
Anastasia will give
All
like a
right.
little salute as she does a pirouette in the air. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else from Hypatia?
I'll say that's what you get for trampling my friend.
All right, Yak's boyfriend. He's gonna be swooping around up top, trying to get a 5 or a 6. All right. He'll keep swooping around. He calls down to his troops. Do not let up. Do not surrender, and do not retreat. Sidon watches you even now. But the lady that ran to the woods, she just keeps running. So,
I'll put them off.
yeah. It's a very, like, Forrest Gump thing. She's just running. She promised her friend Bubba that if it got real bad... No. Wait, Jenny? I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
How
all
did
right.
Hypatia not fall to that guy's clear charms?
Yeah, totally. Anastasia, you're up.
Okay, coming out a little barrel roll to dodge that spear. She's gonna healing light Talus. So
Okay, fair enough.
let's get him back up. So 1 dice. It's a bonus action. You get 4.
Okay. Talus, you are prone, but alive. 4 hit points. All right, what else you got, Anastasia?
Action. Is this how many centaurs are left? Is this one in front of me, and up here we got a couple more.
Looks like
No.
3 are left.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna fly up just a little bit higher out of that spear range now that I know about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to bring down a flaming sphere on these 2 gentlemen over here.
All right.
Right behind them. This.
I can
this
grab that
square.
for you real quick. Bloop. Anytime, Flame. There it is.
Thank you.
Oh, so handsome.
Yeah.
All right.
And I already used my bonus action, so I can't ram it at anyone. So, but that is my turn.
You can ram it on the first turn it comes into play.
Oh really? All right. So
Yeah.
then this guy. Flaming sphere.
The
No.
northern one?
Yes, that's not the right one. Flaming sphere. 3 whole damage.
Okay, okay. Let's see. Dexterity save. Oh, he takes that 3 damage.
That he does.
All right.
So it's from the sky.
Anything else?
That's it.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. The rest of the Astorian hoplites are going to begin their charge. There we go. Alexi is going to sit up and just vomit like a bucket of blood. And he's going to stand. And you hear his health bar fill up. And still clutching his spear. Oh man, it's like glitching out. There we go. Still clutching his spear, he is going to walk towards you, Phil. And this guy right here. He will... I don't think there's really anything subtle about this. He's just going to try and use the intensity of his own stare to unnerve this guy. So he is going to use Clever as the Gods. Here we go. He makes a deception check. Let's see. Centaur's not very good at cards. Let's see if they can... Oh yeah, apparently he coming back from the dead multiple times is taking a toll on him. This guy knows that his intent is to stab him. And that's what he's going to do. I also want to point out, this is brought to my attention by other DMs of Odyssey, that the reason that the soldiers have 10-foot reach with their spears is because of NPC training. The spears themselves are normal spears. So the game didn't actually give you guys 10-foot spears out of nowhere.
Oh.
So, yeah. Because that kind of made a lot more sense to me when I was like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's, yeah.
Special
Anyways,
training,
he will,
for sure.
yeah, here we go. Let's see. That is definitely a hit for 11 points of damage. This guy is bloodied. Alright. The other two hoplites, they are going to, kind of raise their spears in the air and just run forward. There we go. Since they're all buddy-buddy next to each other, they can do the hoo-ha thing and, like, gain this, like, shield ability, which is kind of hype that they have. Kind of increase their defense a little bit there. Alright, that brings us to Philip, please.
Yeah, same target. I'm gonna just come at it with the greatsword again at its leg.
Alright.
20 for 14 damage.
Yeah, you got his legs. All four of them are gone. There is just a sort of tidal wave of blood as the creature falls over dead.
And since the other one ran away, I don't want this guy to run away. I'm gonna bonus action grapple him, and I'm just gonna try and grab him right on the hoof and like lift in the air to like kinker him off balance and stuff.
Shouldn't be a problem.
For 19.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you grab him. He is grappled.
Nowhere to run. That's my turn.
Okay. Let's see. That brings us to Tellus.
Talos will stand back up. And I guess attack with the Copus.
All right.
Oh, ignore the -5 extra 10 damage.
Oh, okay. The 12
The
for
second
5
one's a
hits.
crit.
All right. And the second one is a crit. Let's see what happens.
They are
let's
piercing
see.
weapons.
Piercing weapons. Quadruple damage. You can make an athletics check. DC 16. If you make it, it will be quintuple damage. Holy shit. Alright, so you get to add how many more damage dice there?
3 more.
3 more d6s. So go ahead and add 3 more d6s.
Thirteen more
Oof.
damage.
13 more damage on top of the 14 damage you already caused, so 27. Yeah, she is bloodied. Badly.
So
But
the
no
whirlwind
longer
of
sleepy.
blades there.
Yeah. Alright,
And that was
anything else?
that was including the 5 from the first attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, pretty sure. Yep, that's all she wrote for me.
All right. Centaur number 10 is dead. NPCs. Kyra thinks you guys are doing pretty good. She's going to sing the lucky song so you can press the advantage. So that is what she will do. Song of Heroism. Alright, each of you can reroll 1 die before the start of her next turn. Alright. That brings us to Centaur number 8, who's still going. He can't go anywhere, actually. So, here we go. Hooves. And Pike.
They both hit.
Alright. Someone breathing real heavy into their mic today. Okay. So, you're still raging, and these are non-magic attacks, so you take 3 bludgeoning and 5 piercing. And the centaur can go nowhere. He will die here for Sidon. Alright, let's see. He does not make the save. He takes 4 more damage. The corpse on the ground does start to crisp a little bit, having fallen there next to the burning flaming sphere. Alright, these guys are going to run on up here. They ask, do we use flank? As they move into position. And
We do. It's +2.
Alright, and he'll go for it. Thank goodness for flank. Are you an ally?
We are.
Okay, then he'll add his martial advantage. So yeah, a miss for 2 turns into a hit for 8. Nice stuff. Alright, this guy will rush up. He's a good listener, so he doesn't ask the same questions. Here we go. And... oh man, 12 damage. Alright, it is bloodied. That brings us to Astraeus.
Okay, they look
Astraeus? I'm working on it. It takes me a couple sessions to get these Greek names down.
Yeah, no, I barely can say it myself. So observing that the hoplites have it well in hand, plus I've got 4 behind me that are sure to swarm this guy to death.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stride around this fiery thing, I guess to here, and then I'm gonna throw a chaos bolt at this one.
Okay.
Since she ain't sleeping no more. And I might as well upcast it. Oh, no, that was and okay, 20.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Whoa.
Okay, so the D6 I think we ignore. Oh no, the D6 is
Damage type.
yeah, that's right. I need to macro this. It is acid damage.
Okay, how does this one die from acid damage?
This one, I mean, it's probably hitting her right full in the back, so passing pretty much through the torso, like the upper torso of her body.
That is a damn
It's
shame.
pretty gruesome.
Alright. Goodbye, sexy centaur boobies. Alright. Yeah, Talus, you watch as this centaur's chest explodes out her back in a spray of magical acid. The sizzling hole that is now her chest kind of collapses under the weight of her shoulders and head. Her body falls to the ground next to the other one. Dead, just to clarify.
And
Good.
yeah, that's my turn.
All right. This guy's gonna rush in, and he is going to use. Yeah, he's gonna try to shield push this guy. Why not? Oh. Tried to get fancy. Wanted to show off for the chosen of the Oracle. They tried to get fancy. Alright, let's see what happens. Grim Determination. He has advantage on his next attack against the same target. That's a good failure. Alright, so he rushes up and he just sort of dong hits the guy with his shield that does absolutely nothing. Rather than be embarrassed, he gets even more determined. Top of the round. Reset.
Well, this guy's getting swarmed.
He's also the last
can
living
I
opponent on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah. Do I see any children still within the tents?
No, they
this
have all
kid-
run south of the, Yeah, oh, my bad. That's the kid who was cut up real bad. But he'd be down with the others by now. Yeah.
All right. Well, if they've all evacuated, I'm going to do our little team attack sort of thing. I'm going to run up. I'm going to call out for Alexei. I'm going to jump on his back, run onto Phil's shoulder, and dive spear this guy.
Okay.
Or does that include flanking?
Yeah, there'd be a flank and then also a cinematic bonus. So yeah, 12 would hit. 6 points of damage. He's still going as you kind of jump and stab down at him. You pull the spear free. A gout of blood kind of sprays forth. This centaur is going to die horribly. The last of his warband.
And the bonus attack.
All right.
4 more.
Another 4. Okay. Battered, beaten, bruised. He's still going. Hypatia, what do you got? I don't know if you're with us or not, Hypatia.
You
You
muted.
might be muted. Oh, okay.
Sorry, I forgot.
No worries.
I'm gonna look around, kind of, wipe my hands off, like, I'm gonna move up here and, I don't know, I guess investigate these 2 centaurs. I'm gonna look around to see if I can see Gaius anywhere. I don't know. Any kind of an action you want me to do or roll.
Yeah, that would be
Otherwise, I
probably be a
just-
perception at this point. It's a little
Okay.
too chaotic for an investigation. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will look around for Gaius.
As you start looking around, Kyra calls out to you. Hey, what's the reason you guys are using? What's the deal with all this acid? You
Well-
trying to neutralize the enemy base?
Okay.
What? That's like a nerd joke. I thought you'd like that
I
one.
know. I did like it.
Okay.
I did.
All
I
right.
just. It was real hard for me, but I liked it. Thank you, Kyra.
All right. So perception. Yeah. It seems other than what's here, there does not seem to be anything else going on. Gaius definitely still up there, but sort of keeping track of what's going on below is. You get the feeling that he's probably gonna cut and run. Because 5e action economy don't matter how big your dragon is if you got this many people after you.
I'm gonna just yell up in the air like, "Get down here, you big coward!"
Damn. All right. Anything else from Hypatia?
That's it.
All right.
Don't.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Hey, can I re-roll that with my lucky?
Oh wow. If you do, I will never respect you again. But you certainly can, because that's what the ability says.
I will re-roll his damage dice when he rolls it.
Oh, okay.
I re-rolled
Oh,
it.
wow, thanks. All right, cool. I think we'll up the DC on the save this time, because it's obviously super strong.
Please, like, I don't need your respect, Crash.
The dragon puts its head briefly through and breathes down its modified for this battle breath weapon. I would say it would tag Hypatia, Anastasia, and Talus. So go ahead and give me Dex saving throws real quick.
I'll reroll mine.
All right, fair enough.
Oh,
Yeah, you
yeah,
all
reroll
failed,
mine.
just so you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Try again. I might as well use it. Oh well.
Guys,
Dallas, you're
Oh.
doing great. All right.
Could I give
I think I can only reroll
Anastasia
once.
my reroll?
it's only
Once
Yeah.
a die is re-rolled, it cannot be re-rolled again. Is the,
Sorry,
is
guys.
the one caveat. Yeah, is the one caveat of re-rolls. All right, so here comes that frosty damage. 12 points of cold damage, half. If
I'd
you
like
made the
to
save.
re-roll the 8.
Okay, you do you. You do you.
9. What? How did you do that?
Okay, I stand corrected. 8 points of cold damage. If you saved, you take half.
No, I'm still down.
All right.
Does mirror image do
Does
anything
not
for
work
saves?
against
No.
AoEs. Yeah, only direct attacks.
Is my other mirror image destroyed or no?
Nope,
No.
doesn't. It
Okay.
doesn't interface with mirror image for whatever reason. So,
Okay.
cause magic. All right, and then sort of seeing the carnage, the dragon kind of takes flight. Anastasia, would you like to chase down the silver dragon and its powerful NPC rider?
Anna, come pick me up! We'll
Do you
take it
have-
down together!
Oh, it's gonna pick up Phil? I don't think I can lift Phil. Not yet, anyway. No, I'm not gonna chase guys.
Okay.
I'm sure
fair
he'll
enough.
show up again.
Hypatia, enlarge Anna so we can chase him down!
That could work. Alright. No, I'm gonna fly over here. I'm gonna wind up my fist like a cartoon with a sacred flame on this guy. At the same time, I'm gonna bring the flaming sphere into his back and try and finish this.
Okay.
The bonus action. So, this, and then this.
All right. It passes the first and takes 2, fails the second and takes 6. It had 8 hit points. How do you finish him off?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
I
that's a
guess-
cantrip. So it would be no damage
Maybe no
from the
damage.
first.
No. The first. Oh, right. The first was a sacred flame. I read them out of order. My bad. All right. So it takes 6 points. It has 2 hit points left. You know what? Just kill him anyways, because he'll take fire damage on his turn, and then I'd rather you kill him than this hoplite that's running up. So.
Okay. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this flaming sphere
Aw,
just
give the hoplite a
hops,
win.
hops into the air and comes down in his back, just kind of drilling into it, I guess.
All right. Fair enough. With that, you have defended yourselves against the Centaur warband that was sent against you by Sidon.
The children.
I
I
go
yell
down to
out to
Talus
the
and
hoplites.
I use my wand to cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay. So, you go and you gather up the children. The children were already suffering from some pretty heavy-duty PTSD from their time with Demetria. Lorius is playing them a soothing melody on his panpipes, but they are pretty shaken up by everything that happened. This little guy still bears a terrible scabby scar from where the thing bit his face and nearly killed him. And the others, sort of, they're just, these kids are just a mess. But they did witness an incredible battle, and they are still young and young at heart. So when the final centaur falls, they all begin to cheer, clap, dance, jump up and down. They are extremely impressed and happy to be alive.
I'd like to take some time to just go to each of them and just kind of make sure they're all okay. Just the ones that are nervous and shaking, try to relax them a little bit.
Mm,
Say everything's good. We're gonna bring you back to Astoria soon.
I'm gonna walk
Alright.
up to Astraeus and from Astoria? Appreciate the help. Did my father send you?
Astraeus is gonna kind of give us like a half smile, and he'll motion to the hoplites and say, "They are from Astoria. I was sent by Versi."
I'm gonna compliment your spell work, new friend. Where did you learn that? I don't remember you from the academy.
I attended no academy. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh. A little taken aback by that.
He says it
Versi.
like with honesty, but like as though he's not trying to hide anything. He like literally means he is not sure.
Now, Hypatia, with your keen mind, the events that transpired in Versi's temple will probably haunt you for the rest of your life. Especially the whole doors attacking people, rugs attacking people. You recall being especially perceptive when you were down in her bedchamber, looking around for any furniture that might be trying to kill you. And you do recall that there was men's clothing amongst some of the articles in the room, but no man was there to be seen.
You weren't there when we saw Versi the last time. Were you? I don't remember you, and I usually have a really good memory.
I was not. I had been sent to look after another group of potential heroes. I owe you all a debt of gratitude for saving Versi while I was absent.
I'm gonna roll my eyes at that. Other heroes. Again. Ugh.
As you guys are making discourse with the new arrival, you hear sort of a feral sort of growling sound. It's similar to the noise Philippocles makes when he is stuck in a rage. You look over, and Alexei is brutalizing the bodies of these dead centaurs. The hoplites of Astoria are backing away from him and muttering to each other, "This one has gone mad. He is like filled with the rage of battle." And they all sort of like ready their shields and weapons, unsure what his next move is going to be. He is just covered in gore, both his own and those of the brutalized corpses. His eyes are wild, almost feral.
I'm gonna go up to Alexei and try and like restrain him and stop him from brutalizing the body.
As you approach, he both flinches away and also readies his spear.
What are you doing?
His eyes kind of focus a bit, and he sort of lets out like a choked laugh, and he says, "Oh, Phil, it's you. It's you." And he kind of looks around at like the hamburger that he's created all around him, and you see like his gorge kind of rise, and then he just like determinately like swallows it back down. Phil, I can't do this anymore. I can't keep going not knowing what's happening to me. Every time I come back, there's less of me. Do you understand?
I think you need to stop dying and just Get your shit together, man.
He lets out a bark of laughter, and he says, I need to stop dying. Yeah, it's a little hard to stop dying when everything we meet cries out, oh, the doomed one! Oh, my life for you! Oh, your soul to my sweet goddess! Over and over and over again. I don't see every fucking monster we run into converging on anyone else but this guy. And he kind of like thumps the spear against his chest, and you hear sort of the squelching of gore as he does so.
And I'm gonna walk up, kind of put my arm on Phil's arm just a minute and say, yeah, I know we would be sad to see you go, my friend, but what is happening to you it's not natural. It is not something I've seen before or something I've read about. And, well,
I'll put it to you plainly. If the fates know my secrets, then I'm going to the fates. I don't care about these trials. I don't care about the gods. I don't care about whatever oaths were sworn. I want my answers. I want my story. And if you
that's fair.
aren't willing to go with me right now, today, I'll go by myself.
Phil kind of looks back at everyone else and...
Yeah.
Sorry, friend. I must stay with them. We've been given a destiny, but we must answer.
Must be nice. My destiny was stolen. Or my destiny is just to die over and over again. Mocked. Tortured. Reduced. I see. Well, don't worry, because the actions of Alexei won't sully your heroic name. Because the oath of friendship, or whatever, I'm breaking it. And he just starts kind of walking towards the north.
He's headed on a dangerous path.
Yes, but I don't think we can deter him. I think this must be a path that he walks alone.
I just wish I could help him.
This is just like that group I had down in Astraeus when Zane left. You see Kyra kind of wipe a tear away from her face. Poor Zane. Poor Zane. Well, I think we could still do it with the 5 of you. I mean, ideally there were supposed to be 6 chosen heroes, but 5 will do. 5 works. Oh, who's this guy?
I sent you something in chat, Crash, that'll determine how I answer her.
I mean, you were filled in on who the 5 gods are. Not necessarily that this particular person is one of the 5 gods.
Okay.
She isn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anastasia
Right,
does fly after Alexei, but she'll be coming back soon. But just for a aside.
So Astraeus will approach around the hamburger body of the centaur Alexei destroyed, and he'll go right up to Kira, and then he'll give a slight half bow and say, "I am Astraeus Rade. I was sent by Mercy to assist you."
Oh, you're the guy that lives with Versi.
He just
Wait.
kind of looks confused, like you say that like it's scandalous.
Wait, didn't we hear about him from
Are you the
Dimitri?
one that she keeps alive? Way past
Oh
your
gosh,
time.
yeah. So this
I'm
reminds
gonna
me of
elbow Phil. Like, that's impolite.
this is a good one.
Oh,
Hold on.
my bad.
This all right. Hold on, Phil. Listen to this one. Okay, ready? This is like a nature joke for you that I just remembered because of nothing that's happening right now in this conversation. But anyways, what's the difference between a bobcat and a cougar?
I don't know, Auntie. What is it?
You ride a bobcat. A cougar rides you.
Who rides a bobcat?
Oh. You know.
Type of construction
I've never
equipment.
seen anyone who would ride a bobcat. Like,
Listen.
where
You
does
guys
that-
aren't old enough to get all these jokes. I understand. It's fine. Carry on.
Looking at Kira, like Astraeus is just like, lass, I'm pretty sure I've seen more years than you.
Hey, look. It's cool. I mean, cougars are hot, but it's a dry heat. And she kind of elbows you.
I have no idea what she's talking about. He literally is just gonna like look at her like blink.
I'm gonna step
Whatever.
up and say, none of us do. It's okay. She just.
I thought it was a good one, Auntie.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I don't know why I keep trying. I try so hard to bring a little bit of joy into your otherwise stressful lives, but it's cool. It's cool. I'll just dumb it down for you. Knock jokes. That's what we're going. That's all we could do.
Ooh, star.
Astraeus is gonna look at Hypatia as the other person who talked about magic, and he's gonna lean in and say, what jokes include casting knock twice?
I'm afraid, honestly. I try and find out, but it makes less sense when she answers. It makes even less sense.
Wait, hold on. Last one, and it won't be about cougars, I promise. I would say with everything that went wrong lately, we're experiencing Murphy's Law. I mean, you know what Murphy's Law is, right?
What's a mercy?
Yeah.
Murphy.
Murphy's Law states that whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Well, that's just pessimistic.
Well, that's what I say, but are you familiar with Cole's Law?
I don't.
Cole?
No, who's,
I don't-
I don't know
Cole?
who either of these people are.
Oh,
I studied
well,
Sounds like an excellent
extensively
side
at the
dish.
academy.
yeah, it's just thinly chopped cabbage.
And I'm going to turn to Astraeus. See? Less sense. Even less.
This is our bard.
Literally at that, Astraeus like, yes. Those
Okay.
gifted in art tend to be lacking in other faculties. I understand.
Gifted. What did she sings? Did you hear it? You're great, Auntie.
Whatever. I'm checking on my team. Oh, my team's better than your team, so carry on. Just do whatever you're gonna do.
The hoplites that have joined me, they were sent to assist in returning the Horn of Balmetria to Astoria. I have talked to them and I've asked them if they would assist us in escorting your rather large party. I see you've picked up some refugees of sorts.
Yeah,
Yes. And in that horn, I think we have that. Somebody grabbed that, right?
yeah, I got
Yeah.
it. It's in
Phil
my
has it.
my pouch.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, we have that.
We're supposed to drink
Philippocles
from
has
it,
the sirens
I
of war.
All right.
Uh,
So, do you guys? Where do you plan to go next? I guess is a good question.
Oh,
take
I'm
the
gonna
kids,
start.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start packing up the tents. Tell the kids to help out, if they can.
Don't we still need a full rest? I don't think we were at full health.
You had gained a full.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was such a crazy fight, damage wise, that it probably doesn't feel like it. But you could totally take a short rest before you head out.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
good.
I
You guys
yeah, I
wanna-
imagined it would take a while.
You want to drag these bodies to the temple, like the other ones?
Oh yeah, they're Sidons, men. We should give them back to the Temple of Sidon.
So Centaurs weigh like, I want to say like 800 pounds or more.
900
So-
plus. Like,
Yeah.
I
A regular horse
only
is 900
brought
pounds.
5 hoplites, so
Yeah.
Do they have?
Why don't
Did the centaurs have any like dog tags or anything?
like-
They did not. Yeah, they did not have anything that sort of identified who they were. They had war paint / branding / ritual scarring of symbols of Sidon, and yeah, I was way off. A centaur weighs 2,100 pounds.
Yeah.
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 Tellus will go
Horse
around
plus
and
person.
Tellus will turn to Philippines and say, "Why don't we sacrifice them to your father?
I
They
think
were
they're
worthy
already
adversaries."
dead. We could at least stack
Yeah.
the bodies and burn them.
Yeah.
Would I know of any kind of a ritual that centaurs as a culture may have around death?
Oh. Yeah. So just about everyone in Thylea does believe in burying their dead, entombing their dead, interning, all that jazz. So they, even though they are usually nomadic, sort of like elephant graveyard style, they do have burial sites that they will essentially ride to, and bury their dead in that same place.
Astraeus is going to point out that I definitely saw one of the centaurs ride off from the battle. We could safely leave, and she will surely return with others who will collect and or bury their dead.
Good point.
We have
I could start digging, but that's fine too. Let's at least stack them up for them.
Well, I'm
Let's
gonna be
start
packing up the
dragging
tents.
Yeah, I'm gonna start dragging the 2,000-pound centaur bodies.
Is this
Yeah.
just to show off your muscles? Is that what this is about?
well, it works.
Yeah,
because
wait, are
Astraeus
you
is
saying
gonna
that
watch this and
as
be
a
like,
DM or as a?
No.
Different response.
Your aunt would know 100% this is to show off your muscles. I actually was curious if this was to show off your muscles.
Oh, it's totally to show off how strong.
Oh, yeah. Many of these late teen boys and girls will be going home and purchasing Teen Bop magazine featuring Philippicles and hanging your Mr. Universe pose photos on the wall, because watching you fucking carry 2,100 pound centaur bodies, yeah, they're just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
it's
I'm also gonna get with Kyra later to do like the heroes diet entry, because I'm sure that'll sell.
okay, fair enough. Yeah.
you want to
Tellus
spy?
will investigate.
When you were a lad, you ate 5 dozen eggs, etc., that
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
my Discord stuttered for just a moment, and it was like, I'm gonna get with Kyra later, and there was this pause, and I was like, first Adora, now Kyra? What the heck, man?
Oh,
Yeah,
look,
you're not-
here we go. These two
You
guys
don't know
apparently
about
hid in the
Adora.
tent the entire battle. There we go.
That was OOC, sorry.
Yeah. Pro tip. All right. The NPCs are ready to go. You guys gain the benefits of a short rest. You can do that thing that you do. Kyra will cure all of you of any ailments you have using her Not Song of Rest ability. Because apparently Lesser Restoration on tap just doesn't impress some people from Eregia, but, you know, whatever. It's never good enough for Eregians, Kyra kind of mentions to anyone that will listen.
Anastasia does eventually come back before we took the rest, but
yeah, he is beyond reason. And when you do kind of catch up with him, he basically kind of throws in your face that
no, I was thinking of the role-playing aside later.
Yeah, but they did all of this to get their stories, and you got yours, and he got nothing. It's always nothing, and he's not going to be nothing anymore. He's gonna go do this himself. Like, he's just inconsolable at this point. Whatever he sees when he dies is apparently something that he can't ignore.
So tell us, did that 13 investigation check to check the bodies of the centaurs for anything?
Sure. I mean, they have the standard loadout of basic bitch centaurs, which is to say their dashing good looks, their pike, their longbow, and their side quiver of arrows. Okay.
He was looking for like paperwork.
Anastasia doesn't like hit points.
It's still a +4, man.
Yeah, and I'd like to.
Ooh. I will say this: on one of the centaurs, you do find tied around a leather cord is a strange coin made of a translucent metal. It has a square hole in the center of it, through which the leather thong has been worked to make a makeshift necklace. You do not recognize this coin as anything used in Thylea. It is not a coin that you've seen before.
Oh.
You bring it over to Hypatia to get her input on it.
I will free cast Identify on it.
Okay. There is nothing magical about it, though you have not heard of a translucent metal before. You could do a knowledge, history, or nature to see if you recall such a thing, but
I can do a history.
the DC would be exceptionally high.
Reset would like to check her knowledge of North Caledonia and see if it matches with anything.
It does not, other than their terrible exchange rate. So
Definitely not.
Yeah. 17. You are not sure what this metal is, but damn if it wouldn't be worth a lot of money if this was something that you guys had access to. Because Thylea, they didn't bother to invent steel because they were like, bronze is good enough. And they sort of came up with a process of working bronze so that's as strong as steel. But metal like that and metal like this is completely unknown to them. They do have some special metals, like they do have mithril and adamantium, but nothing like this. So it's definitely a curious item. It seems, with your big brain power, you deduce that the centaur probably found it somewhere, thought it was cool, and just wore it as like a charm or necklace, basically.
Maybe
I'll tuck it
Parthala
away
would
and-
know.
Yeah. I'll maybe ask Parthala, or if she doesn't know, we're going to the mines, aren't we? I'll see if they've heard anything about it.
Alrighty. I will Hero Legion you guys. There we go. A little bit bigger than a stack. Alright. If I forget you, it's over. You're just not in the campaign anymore. Here we go. You guys head back to Astoria. So, on your way to Astoria, this is a journey that's going to take probably a couple of days if you intend to drop the children off at their respective houses. If you plan to just take the children back to Astoria and have, like, someone else take the children back to their houses, or be like, hey, if you're missing kids, come pick them up at the King's Palace in Astoria, it would be 1 day of travel to just go back to Astoria. So how do you guys want to do it? You want to drop the kids off individually, or do you want to...
I feel like we need the PR.
Okay.
Yeah,
Individual drop-off.
we're a school bus this.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. So one by one, you drop the children off with their families. This makes Kyra extremely happy that you have chosen to do this. And she is furiously scribbling in her notebook about this incredible act of kindness and altruism. So, as you are doing this, most of the people are just kind of poor farmers, but they do offer you up just weird stuff. Like trinkets, basically, in exchange for returning their children. You are offered a small wooden box that holds 2 identical 1-inch diameter silver spheres inside. The woman that offers them to you says that these were my father's lucky balls. He always took them into battle. He would hide them under his tunic. They kept him alive for a long time, and even though he was a hoplite, he died in his bed, an old man. And now, I give them to you, my father's balls. Does anyone want to take her father's balls?
I step
Sure.
aside.
Okay, you step aside.
Tell us, Will.
All right.
Yeah.
As you take the balls, but does not say anything. All right, you get a small wooden box that holds 2 identical 1-inch diameter silver spheres.
That could be a little awkward to carry around. You might want to drop
Yeah.
those into a pouch.
One of the
They're
houses,
in a
they
box.
offer you a book that is said to hold lore about the Nereids, the water nymphs. But the book is blank. When asked about the book, the family tells you it can only reveal its writing when it is held underwater.
Oh, I'm all about that.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So you go ahead and add a book filled with writing that appears only when the book is held underwater. In parentheses, Nereid lore. Or I'm sure I'm pronouncing that terribly wrong, but
Only as wrong as I spelled it.
fair enough. Okay. So at the next house, one of the kids that you saved says, "Please, chosen, wait. My family is very poor, but I wish to give you something for the great heroism of rescuing me." And they rush into their house after the whole like, "Oh, you saved my baby," and all that kind of stuff. You are, of course, invited to many dinners and many lunches. I don't know how many days you want to go on tour, but if you stop for every pro-offered meal, not only will you get very fat, but it will probably add another, 2 or 3 days to the returning of the children. Completely up to you, though. There is no rush. Do you guys want to stop and have food at every house that is offered to you?
How about we only
Maybe-
stop at a place that looks like they have enough food to easily...
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to be rude. I would like to accept some dinner.
Yeah,
Plus,
sure.
are they also offering to feed like the 12?
Yeah, the
10,
more
9,
affluent
8 children?
families. Yeah, the more affluent families definitely want to help out and treat the children. And the children that are like the last on the school bus, they're loving this because they've had so many good meals. It's crazy. Now that they're out of danger and they're back in their homeland, their mood is definitely shifting. Kids are very resilient, so they're definitely bouncing back a lot faster. They're obviously going to carry the burden of what they endured forever, but their mood is lightened and lifted, and seeing you guys interact with the normal people of Astoria and sit with them and sup with them and everything, it like has an impact on them. So this kid goes and he brings out a deck of playing cards that are all customized using wanted person leaflets, which is kind of neat. That he has been collecting his whole life since he was a little kid. So this is a custom playing card deck he made.
Oh, do these cards look like the cards we found in Demetria's room?
Like the same type of game?
Yeah, like the same type of game.
They do.
Ooh, I'm gonna ask. What kind of card game is this?
Oh, he says, oh, this is a game that my father taught me. He said that the Dragonlords brought it with them when they settled the lands long ago.
Does it have a name?
They call it 5 Dragons.
Okay. Well, this is a poor family, right? So we wouldn't have dinner.
Yeah. I mean,
does
unless
it take
you
long to
guys
learn?
want to magic one up, I don't know.
Does it take long to learn
Yeah, he
the
could
rules
teach you
of
the
this
root.
game?
Yeah, he could teach you it pretty quick. It's relatively simple.
Yeah.
We
She
could
would
just
like to
say, we could just say this one was close to the end of the night. We just hunted and fought
It's
to
an extremely aggressive version of Go Fish, essentially.
learn. Oh.
Yeah. All right. Let's say, you guys kind of hunker in for the night at this point. You continue your next day of doing things. As you're returning more children, one of the families, seeing Talus, says, "Oh, I have just the thing for you. Hold on, great master." And they kind of rush into their house, and they bring you out a fist-sized cog covered in barnacles, made out of what appears to be, at first, a red metal.
I'll definitely inspect it.
I fished this up along the coast long ago. Been keeping it as a curiosity, but it seems like something that would be good for you, sir.
Thank you. I'm very gracious for this.
All right. At the next house, you are gifted a rose that has been carved from pink coral. It is said that if the rose is placed in water, it will become violently colorful.
Like it sheds a light or just changes?
No, it just
color?
the saturation just goes through the roof. It just gets really, really bright and beautiful.
Beautiful.
A more affluent house that you have lunch at, they give you a bottle filled with morning light ember. It is essentially just a continual flame item.
That's useful.
All right. Finally, you've returned all these kids, and you go to return Karina to Pericles. That sound about right to everybody?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you arrive at Pericles' farm, she gets a bit nervous when you get there, because you kind of get the feeling that she's not ready to go home. and like many children, she's worried about getting in trouble, even though, she was just doing what she always does. Sometimes kids, kids mistakenly think that people will be mad at them when really it was just life happening sort of deal. But when Pericles sees his daughter, his face cracks into this huge smile, and he just kind of just starts weeping openly. He runs up, hugs her. You see his husband comes out of the house, and he rushes up, and there's just this big group hug. And Karina finally breaks the pressure of everything that she's endured, finally sort of taking its toll, and she also kind of starts to weep from relief. So Pericles wipes tears from his eyes, and when he's finally done hugging it out with his family, he turns to all of you, and he says, you have done a great service for my family. I expected nothing less from the son of the king and the chosen of the oracles. I wish to give you my greatest weapon as thanks for what you have done. God's willing, I will never need to wield it again. And he kind of heads into the house, and he comes back out with a pretty dope-looking javelin. The javelin kind of looks like a thunderbolt a little bit, like a lightning bolt. All right. He offers it up to the son of the king, obviously, because he's an historian, and that's what he's gonna do. This is a javelin of lightning.
This was given to you by my father, correct?
He nods. Yes, it was a gift from the king, and I used it well. And now, you shall use it.
It is fitting for me to take this. Thank you.
All right. And that's in the compendium, but essentially, once per day, it could turn into a mini lightning bolt. And it's pretty cool. All right. Karina, after, insisting that you guys stick around for a bit and listening to her recount the tale of what happened to her fathers and all that jazz, she does kind of stand up and say, I don't mean to seem cold, but I would like to continue journeying with the Chosen. If they would have me. And she looks over at all of you.
It will be filled with danger, Karina. Are you sure? This isn't a game anymore.
Okay. She kind of scowls a bit, remembering all your grab-assery before you went and fought the slime. Where she was like, why aren't you guys, rushing in there and saving my friends? But she's super polite, because she was raised by two very responsible fathers, so she don't say nothing about it. But then she says, I understand this is not a game. I simply wish to journey with you and make my bow available when you need it.
Oh, I'm going to turn to the party and say I have no problems with her joining us. What do you think?
None. I mean, she seems to know what she's doing. To be honest, we're not a whole lot older than she is.
Astraeus
I
kind of
have-
smirks at that.
Might I offer a slightly different idea?
Oh,
What if Karina is to join us? Until possibly we find an Amazonian conclave for her to learn from. I know that it was her wish.
Oh, she blushes a little bit, like, damn, this magic robot done figured me out. But she doesn't say anything. Her fathers look at each other with knowing looks, and they look over at you, and they say, Wooden man, you are very wise. While it breaks our hearts to lose her so soon after finding her, to hear the tale that was told, to hear of her bravery, we would be fools to stand in her way. And they both kind of beam at her. All right. She seems a little relieved as she kind of looks at you guys, worried that somebody might say something. But anybody?
Talos will just smile.
Proving her bravery.
All
Doing
right.
Very well.
She runs inside to pack the rest of her stuff, and with that is the last kid for drop-off. You are invited to spend the night at Pericles' ranch, essentially, his vineyard. But you are close enough to the city that you could just go back and stay at the palace. It is up to you.
I'll stay at the vineyard.
Okay. All right. So you guys did a full 2-day tour of returning kids. And in the morning, you can return to Astoria.
Oh, and
So
Talos
we
would
are
add
26.
Hmm?
So
I wanted-
that's 3 days in total.
So what is Talos doing?
I just want to say, kind of retrospect, he would every night take a dab of the one of the bottles of sap that he had received,
Mm-hmm.
and put it onto the cutting that he's trying to grow.
All right.
Try to encourage growth.
It does seem to have taken. Whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, we will find out. All right. So,
what is the command word for the gem?
the command word is
Don't
Pythor.
say. Oh, there. Gonna say if it was witness me, we're gonna have some problems.
No, the command word is Pythor, and you have to yell it like really loud, like he's the coolest guy in the world.
I got no problem doing that.
All
I
right.
want it to be booyah, and then booyah, got him, and then it says.
Excellent. Okay. All right. So you guys head back into the city of Astoria. The city lays before you. You have a lot of options and a lot of things to do. So I guess, what will you be doing first?
Astraeus is gonna insist that the hoplites were technically sent to retrieve the missing horn, so he would suggest that we take the horn back to where it belongs.
Okay. Yeah, and the hoplites, they definitely don't want to be like, hey, son of the king, like, give us that horn and, we're taking it back. So they have been sort of just chilling with you guys for 2 days. But they, they probably have to get back. Yeah, they probably have to get back to work.
And that's clearly why Astraeus is kind of pushing it. Is he recognizes that they wouldn't say anything, so he just kind of brings it to the attention of everybody that to let these good men free of their duty.
Sure.
We should bring the horn back.
Okay. They escort you to the shrine of the Dragonlords. Hype. Okay. So that's a new location. Let me see.
Could we let the as we enter the city? Could we let them know have the king informed that we're back, so he's not the last to know type deal?
Oh yeah. Once you're safely back to the city, they'll leave it to you essentially, and they will go alert the king that you have returned. All right. So location 7 on the map, tucked all the way on the eastern side of the city. I'll turn on the number for it. Is the Dragon Shrine. And I'll actually take you over to a map for the Dragon Shrine. That'd be cool. Let's see. So, those of you who are interested in doing so, you may roll a history check to see what you know about the Dragon Shrine before you get there. Alrighty. So, Dragon Shrine looks like Anastasia. You actually know the most about this, possibly through word of mouth or stories.
Yeah, a song maybe.
Yeah. So the Dragon Shrine was built to commemorate and remember the great deeds of the Dragonlords. So it is not the same as like a temple dedicated to the 5 gods or a shrine dedicated to one of the 2 titans, but it's more of just sort of a memorial to the efforts that these individuals did so long ago, if that kind of makes sense. All right. So as you approach, let me know if you can see or not see.
I can see.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. As you approach, there are 2 guards sort of hanging out outside. They're attentive, but they don't look too worried about anything. You get the feeling that like not a lot of people come here when you sort of roll up on it. It is definitely not crowded. The shrine sits at the end of a quiet street and is sort of built into the wall of a gorge. Yeah, that's about right. It's a large stone building with a copper dome. The pediment above the door bears a marble engraving of the legendary dragon, Balmitria. Inside the building, there is a strong smell of incense. You can hear the muttering of prayers as the priests of the shrine carry out their daily rituals. All right. So?
So the
Okay,
prophecy
I'll kind of push
says we have
Risset
to...
forward.
Okay.
What?
Aren't you the next dragon person?
I don't know anything about them.
Ask if they want
okay,
that
okay.
shield back. I think it's a
And
museum.
Hypatia is just gonna walk up front and say, "Hey, we've got this horn. I think it's yours."
Okay.
Who's got the horn?
The guard kind of like, and is like, "Oh, yes, we sent a band of soldiers to retrieve it. It looks like you beat them to it.
Well,
Please,
only
please, come inside. Aesop will wish to speak with you."
We're supposed to drink out of it, right? Make sure we do that.
Yeah.
before-
He's not going to be
Yeah.
telling us any fables, is he?
All right. So inside, you see Aesop, keeper of the Dragon Shrine. All right. As you approach, Aesop's eyes widen in surprise, relief, and a bit of wonder as he sees you guys enter. NPC team hangs out in the back, watching, recording, playing cool music. All right. As you approach, Aesop, he just sort of like stares in disbelief, and he says, "You have done it. You have retrieved it. I heard that you were in the city, and when I went to speak with you, you had already left. I was so worried that we would never get the horn back, but it seems the fates were looking out for all of us."
Yes. Apparently, we need it. We have
You
to
need
drink.
it?
Yeah, we're supposed to drink from it. I'm gonna look around a little awkwardly.
Oh.
Is there a fountain somewhere?
That's what the oracle told us.
What do you mean? Is there a fountain somewhere?
How do we drink from it?
It is a horn. You fill it with wine and you drink from it. And you realize that when you raise the horn up, you can hear the sound of wine sloshing about inside of it.
Oh,
Oh. I didn't notice that.
do we need to do any special ritual before we drink it? Or be in a particular place?
No, you just drink from it. Be careful though, because it is said to cause prophetic visions.
So we should probably sit down.
He lets out sort of a very light sort of tinkling of laughter, and he says, "Well, depending on what you are shown, you could fall down, you could fall asleep, you could fall into a deep sleep, maybe even for 100 years."
Oh goodness. I'll go first if you guys want.
Yeah, we should probably do this one at a time.
Yeah, you definitely go first. I think
I
that's a good
Please,
idea.
please, take a seat. These are called pews. They are not used in, well, any of the shrines in our lands. They were brought here by the Dragonlords as part of their culture. I mean, they didn't bring the actual pews, but the memories of them.
Yes. Warriors, come tend to me in case something happens.
Talos will just go sit in it like he's known how to forever, like it doesn't even phase him. Because it just strikes as something familiar to him.
Hypatia, can you hop into a secret chat real quick?
Okay.
She got the secret chat going.
She didn't even do it.
Mind.
Didn't even do anything.
Anastasia's is gonna fly up and perch on one of the pews before realizing that's not what you're supposed to do. And seeing everyone else sit down on them, she'll sit down on them afterwards. Next to her set.
All right. So, Phil, you take a seat. The bench is extremely uncomfortable.
Yeah, I called over Lorius to come tend for me in case I pass out.
All right. Oh, yeah. Phew, he is on it. He is on it. He is there for sure. Yeah, he rushes in and he sits right next to you and he says, "Oh, here, my shoulder to lean upon."
Thank you. Yeah, unless there's any objections, Phil will just throw it back and drink it.
All right. Philippocles immediately passes out and falls asleep.
Is he alive?
Lorius, in a panic, is kind of alternately feeling his pecs and his neck for a pulse, and he says, "Yes, his pulse is very strong."
Let's give him a few minutes.
Okay. 3 minutes pass.
I guess during that time we'll be looking around the shrine.
Yeah, there is a dope-ass looking bronze dragon. Many offerings laid before it. You can steal them if you'd like to be cursed forever by the gods. There are statues. They seem to be of Dragonlords. Because by now you're getting a better idea of the sort of Power Rangers outfits that the Dragonlords wore. And these individuals are definitely rocking those Power Rangers outfits.
Is there like a plaque or anything to tell me more about this dragon? It's Balmitria?
It is, yep, it is Balmitria, yep.
Anything, any info on him? Or I might ask Aesop.
Well, it's a her, but Aesop kind of rushes up, distracted, of course, by Philippocles being unconscious, Lorius just holding the horn, and Philippocles, his hands just full, trying to figure out what to do. Yeah, Aesop says, "Oh, Oresian, I suppose all of this is strange to you?"
Yes, I've never seen anything like this.
Oh. Well, this is Balmitria. She was the greatest of the dragons that brought the Dragonlords to our lands, and with them, our salvation.
So these Dragonlords, you keep saying they were brought here. Where did they come from?
Far away.
Yes, just so. And Aesop kind of looks at you, Astraeus, and then he looks at the statue behind you. And then he looks at you. And he's like, "Are you descended from the Dragonlords, sir?"
So just in chat, because Hypatia asked him this.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's trying, but it's like he needs his DM to look in Discord real quick, to try and grasp a memory.
I mean, yeah, like this particular statue, I mean, it could just be that you've got a classic Greek face. I don't know, but
yeah.
it looks a lot like you.
I don't. I suppose I may have an ancestor. And he just kind of tilts his head like he's just not sure.
Oh,
But-
is Gaius one of these?
Oh no. Kyra kind of walks in. She's like, "These are like the OGs. This is like the for reals. Like the Gaius is just a poser." Which, big question that nobody seems to be asking is, where the heck did he even get a dragon? Right? Nobody cares that he just has a dragon. That's a little weird, right?
Did he steal it?
Where would he steal it from? The dragon shop?
From a dragon?
The dragons were wiped out.
Yeah, there are, like, that's the thing. Like,
Oh.
he just kind of rolls up with like a dragon, like, "Look at me, I've got a dragon." And pretty sure that's not a thing that's supposed to happen. I mean, Hexia is a thing. There's some other dragons left over, the toughest, meanest, strongest ones that history would like to forget. But I mean, where is he getting a relatively young dragon like that? Questions. Mystery.
And the Dragonlords were honorable. He is not. How did he get a silver?
I'd like to know as well. It is definitely beyond my knowledge. But yeah, these are the ones. There was the 5 riders. This guy didn't make it. He got killed by a bunch of Gigans. He tried to take the path of peace. He thought that he could convince the natives that war was unnecessary, and yeah, it didn't go too well. He had a lot of trouble navigating the nuances of Thylean oaths and cultures, and, well, long story short, he got stabbed, like, a lot. Which freed things up for his squire to step up and be a total badass. And she kind of points out this guy. This here is Xander, the Dragonlord. And this is the Dragonlord of all Dragonlords. This is actually the Dragonlord whose tomb we need to go to, so that you guys can get his great weapons and armor as part of your trials. That's the necropolis, she says, flipping through her notebook.
How well known is the story of the squire taking up the mantle?
Oh,
He's asking
Aesop.
Kira.
Oh, because Aesop's like raising a finger, like, this is my job and I'd like to do it. And Kyra just kind of like bowls over him, like, pushes him out of the way. She's just like, well, I'm really glad you asked. He obviously mattered enough that he got a statue, so good for him. And she kind of looks at you, and she kind of looks at the statue. She looks at you, and she looks at the statue, and she just kind of shrugs. Oh no, you guys all look the same. And like, yeah, but I think honestly, he was a reminder to the rest of the Dragonlords. I guess that peace was never an option. And her face kind of breaks when she says that. Like all the joy kind of like goes out of it. So, I mean, obviously peace ended up being an option. We got 500 years of peace or whatever, but I always wonder how it would have gone down if this guy had succeeded. But no, yeah, Xander took it pretty hard. The Gigans were wiped out after that, pretty much. I mean, you'll find a few here and there, but for the most part, yeah, like Xander killed them all. The women, the children, the old ones, all of them.
Hypatia shifts uncomfortably at that.
That can't be right. They wouldn't kill children.
I mean, she kind of like makes like a kind of face as she looks at around the room, and she's like, I mean, I've heard it happens. Look,
I looked at Aesop. I'm like, you're the historian here.
Yeah, tell him, historian. Tell him. And Aesop kind of pokes his 2 index fingers together, like nervously, and he's just like, well, this woman, who seems incredibly well informed, she's not wrong. The Gigans were all but wiped out, and Xander did lead those efforts. He hated the Gigans more than anything.
But the Dragonlords were heroes.
Yeah, and Xander Hurath was he was one of the greatest heroes. But being a hero is not mutually exclusive to being perfect. Aesop's brows kind of furrow when he says that.
Astraeus just kind of looks down like he's thinking to himself and turns around and just stands in front of this statue. He's like not paying attention anymore.
Yes, you seem fascinated by this one. This particular Dragon Lord is known as Astraeus.
Isn't that your name?
Didn't we have this kind of situation before?
Yeah, guys, it's like I said, like when all the boys were Jason and all the girls were Kyra, you know? Like, it's just, you know, a thing.
But you... And then she stops.
So, your friend is still very much asleep. Will you be joining him wherever he is? Did only one of you need a drink from it, or?
Tell us.
I
if
think
we
we
took the
all have
glass.
to.
I thought.
Yeah, maybe we're supposed to do it together? I don't know. These things are
And-
hard.
And he'll take
Yeah.
a drink from it if there's liquid in there.
Sure. You are not normally one to sleep, but apparently Thylea don't give a shit about that. Because Talus says you take that first sip, you KO, fall over. Kyra grabs you and slowly lowers you to the floor.
Before I head over, are any of these Esther, Arcalander?
Yes. This guy right here.
I'm gonna take out the shield and hold it up for Aesop. And
Oh
say,
man, his eyes
we
go
found this.
wide. Is that?
We found this. It seems to be Esther's shield.
Like, you can see he's just overcome with emotion. Where did you find it?
By the tree he cut down.
Oh, that he used to build the great and legendary ship.
Yeah.
That's what we
Deep
heard.
sigh.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, it is unfortunate what happened to that dryad, but the ship was the only means by which to assail the Titans. They were protected by the Great Sea and its many monsters and powerful waves. No other ship would have survived.
That's all I have to say.
This is because the dragons were killed.
Yeah, Aesop says it's just so. They had no means to reach their enemies. They made the means. By any means, I suppose.
I just want to return the shield to where I guess this would be the best place.
It would be an honor to take the shield. Yes. Why not leave it by his statue as an offering?
I'll leave it, but I'm not going to say anything.
Okay. You just kind of set it down with a loud clank as it rests against the stone plinth.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to walk towards the unconscious few.
Okay.
I guess I'll go next. I'll take the horn and sit down. And I'll drink from it.
Okay.
I'll sit down next to her.
Yeah, you pass out.
I'll gently lay her on the side before taking the horn. And I will do the same.
All right.
Astraeus stands next to Hypatia, who's the only one who hasn't drank yet, and says, I'm certain no harm will come to you while you're within this shrine.
Hmm.
And he gestures to the horn.
So trust but verify. I'm gonna do like a medicine check all around.
Okay.
Make sure everybody's okay.
They are in a deep sleep, likely magical, because it affected Talus. But they don't seem to be experiencing any sort of psychic trauma or anything.
I'll bring the horn up and a couple of snakes will sniff at it. And I guess I'll take a drink too.
All right. You immediately fall asleep.
Astraeus is gonna kind of lower his pew over, and then he's gonna take the horn from her. He's gonna look at Aesop. He's gonna look at Kyra.
Kyra gives you a nod.
And he just sits in the pew next to her. Kind of raises it up to the statue of Bometria. And just drinks deep.
Okay. As you drink from the horn, you each fall asleep. Each of you has the exact same dream. You find yourselves standing on the deck of a beautiful ship. Large, many oars. A bright cerulean sea stretches out before you. You look down at a strange bronze device in your hands. It seems to reflect the constellations of the night sky, even though the sun shines brightly overhead. The oarsmen pull the ship through the water faster than you thought was ever possible. You look down at the men on the benches. But as they turn to look at you, you see that their gazes are those of the dead. Their eyes hollow holes with bright pinpoints of light. Their faces skeletal. Each and every rower a leering corpse. You are startled awake. It is nighttime. You have slept for 8 hours. All right. When you awaken, Talus, Pyritos is curled up, kind of just using you as a pillow. Nobody put you on a bench. They just sort of left you on the floor. So as you guys are waking up, Reset, you can feel something on you. And as you awaken, just a shower of cards comes like raining down on you. And Kyra's like, shit! I had it like so high. Oh well.
What? Kyra?
Yeah, I was like building a house of cards on your body. I don't know. It seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
So when we had this potentially shared vision, were the others with us, or was it just like I was there alone?
Yeah, each of you was alone, but you each had the exact same vision.
But we wouldn't know that yet.
You wouldn't know that yet, correct. As you awaken, Karina startles from her nap and rushes out the door.
What?
Astraeus is going to look at Aesop and say, did she drink from the horn as well?
Who? That girl?
Yes.
No, she is not one of the chosen of the Oracle. That would be inappropriate.
I'm at that. I'm gonna kind of turn over and look at Astraeus, like, why are you still here?
He's just gonna kind of lift the horn up in his hand and shrug.
Talus will probably go after Karina, make sure she's okay.
Well, at this point, Aesop would have taken the horn and kind of put it
Oh, okay.
put it back, in its little display case and everything. So
Then Astraeus kind of
oh yeah,
shrugs.
Karina is purchasing fried dough. So I guess Lucamades, she's basically buying everything they have from the street vendor. And she comes back to you, her arms full of these delicious fried dough balls. And oh man, are they good, guys. I guess I'll post a pic if it'll let me. There you go. Good stuff.
They look good.
Yeah.
Oh, these are a delicacy.
Yeah, fried dough sprinkled with sweet syrup, walnuts, and cinnamon. Fluffy on the inside, crispy on the outside. All right. So, Kyra has waited a whole 5 minutes, and she says, all right, so, what did you see? What was the vision?
I'll kind of glare a little bit at Astraeus, like, what is this guy doing here?
Did it get spooky? Did Letheria come after you?
I don't
I mean, I
think so.
saw some dead
On a ship,
dead what?
right?
Dead
rowers.
I also saw that.
Oh, did you?
Dead
Was it, were you
rowers?
on a boat?
Dream?
Could you see the stars and a strange bronze?
I was holding a thing.
Yeah.
Would I know what that thing was?
Lorius blushes and is like, I was holding a thing also.
Not now,
how long was I
Lorius.
out?
Oh, 8 hours, my prince. 8 hours.
Thank you for
I
That
kept you
didn't-
safe the whole time.
That doesn't feel like 8 hours. I look at Kyra.
Well,
It's really
I mean-
8 hours?
Oh yeah, it's been 8 hours. Yeah. It was really
that's
funny.
why.
Like, I had brought in like a tattoo artist, and I was gonna tattoo like a mustache on Reset. But Aesop chased the guy away before he could do it. So
That would have been hilarious.
it would have been
That's-
so amazing.
Astraeus, did you drink from the horn as well?
I did. I hoped it would provide answers. But I merely had the same vision that you are describing.
But you are not a chosen.
I mean,
Are
he
you?
was sent by Versi.
Well, it's just that, like, you know, now that we're down to 5, and like Versi was kind of insistent that we needed 6. So like, once you guys were asleep and couldn't say no, I was just like, yeah, sure. Why don't you drink from the horn? Because that will be, you know, then we'll have 6 again. I don't know. I mean, I didn't swear no oath of friendship, so ha.
Astraeus is gonna look at Kyra at that. He says, "Is it not an oath of fellowship? Who
Oh
would swear
yeah.
an oath of friendship?"
Well, Alexei did, and it was adorable. So I think we should just change it to oath of friendship because this sounds so much nicer. Fellowship just sounds like you guys are gonna be like all like broody and serious and be like, "You've got my axe and my bow." But like friendship, it sounds magical, you know?
Friendship is magic.
I like that. I like that a lot. And she takes out her book and she writes it down.
Friendship and love are the weapons employed by the Dayman to defeat the Nightman in the famous play.
Oof. That is a good play. I wonder if it's actually playing this week. Hopefully they're done playing poems that will embarrass my brother. Because that was a whole thing.
So
So wait, you describing a ship, and a strange apparatus.
made of bronze.
Seemed to be a scientific instrument of some sort.
But you said it was crewed by the dead?
It seemed
Yeah.
to be. They were very dead.
That could be. And he looks over at Kyra and she like shrugs. And he's like, that could be the Ultros. Like the ship of legend. The one we spoke of shortly before you drank from the horn.
Astraeus points to the shield that Ryset put down in front of the statue, and he's like, the one made from the wood that he cut?
Yes, the very same. The one used by the
Why?
Dragonlords to sail the Great Sea and bring their fight directly to the Titans.
Why would a
It was-
Why
Dragonlord
was
ship
it-
be crewed by the dead?
Well, the ship
Yeah.
has been missing, and legends say that, legends say that Esther's spirit was never allowed to rest for the crime that he committed to build the ship. It's said that he still captains the ship to this day.
Astraeus looks confused. Crime?
Well, I mean, he did murder powerful spirits of the land to build the ship.
Astraeus is
He
gonna
did
look at
have good
the
reason,
rest of the
though.
group.
Yes, but it appears that Thylea herself did not think so. Or at least that's what the legends would have you believe. But yes, if that is your vision, I think that is what you saw. The ghost ship, Ultros.
So, is it telling us that we need to find it?
I would assume. I mean,
But I don't want a ship piloted by the undead.
well, I mean, Reset, I know you work out, but are you gonna swim to the Titans? Like, is that your plan? Like, do you know of any other legendary boats that can navigate the great seas beyond the shores and not be destroyed by sea monsters and Titans and I don't want to say the K word, but Kraken. Yeah.
Perhaps we
mean-
could just get dragons like Gaius. And
I mean,
Or who even says we need to go meet the Titans? I don't think that was one of our trials. I mean, that's pretty big.
well, I don't think you should go today. I mean, let's be honest. The King of Slimes almost killed you guys. I don't think you could handle the Titans. But like, eventually, I mean, who else is gonna do it? I don't want to put undue burden and pressure on you, but I mean, you're supposed to save everybody, and the Titans they're kind of mad, so
I've had quite enough of side up.
yeah.
I mean, maybe we can just get him to come here. That'd be fine.
Well, we could just put a pin in this prophetic dream and move on to the next thing. It is pretty late, but if you guys want to head out to the, what do I have here on your calendar? Mithril Mines? I don't know, maybe some intel first? I heard there's like a dwarf in town that knows a bit about the Mithril Mines. We could hit him up for some intel if you want.
We also have all these herbs.
Oh,
Well,
yeah. Fantasy shopping.
I want to see Parthala.
Okay, good for you. Then how about this? I have my own business to take care of, and we'll leave for the mines in, I don't know, 2 days?
Yeah.
That sounds appropriate.
Sure. Okay. Alrighty. I guess I'll see you guys later.
Astraeus, do you intend to come with?
May I meet you all tomorrow?
I mean, I suppose we might, not all be in the same place.
Tomorrow morning, you are staying at the palace, correct?
Yeah, it's my home, kinda.
Yeah.
Did you not just meet your father for the first time 3 days ago?
He is a
Very
spy.
welcoming man.
If you will indulge me, I would like to stay here at the shrine this night, meditate, and speak with Aesop, and meet you in the morning to discuss my intentions. And
Certainly a
willingness.
descendant of Astraeus, especially one bearing his legendary name, is certainly welcome to stay the night.
I have much to ask you.
We could meet for breakfast somewhere. I know, why don't you just come by the palace for breakfast? We should have cheesy potatoes.
Oh, my prince, do you live in a palace?
Yeah, kinda now, I guess.
Oh, I can't wait to see it. Hear my hooves clack on royal marble.
It'll be marvelous.
All right. If you guys are ready to head out, I could take you back to the map.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reset is giving this exact look to Kira the entire time.
It feels a little judgy. It's a little bit of a judgy look. All right. So you guys head back to the palace to sleep, if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, they're right next door.
Yeah, they
Well-
are pretty. Yeah, they're pretty damn close. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically, Astraeus is just gonna ask Aesop about tales about the Dragonlords that maybe are common. I know the party, from watching the stream, you guys know all about Esther and his cutting down the tree. Astraeus does not know any of that, so
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of catch
get
up.
a fill in.
essentially.
Exactly. Yeah, so he
Okay.
understands exactly what's going on and what the, sort of what the stakes are as far as what these discoveries were.
All right, fair enough.
I want to check up on King Pythor and Heroes. So they're doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. See how many baby back ribs are left. I got you. All right. So, you arrive at the palace. As you do, servants rush out because the son of the king has returned, a great and legendary hero. And as you arrive, Princess Honora pushes past the servants and kind of stares Philippocles hard in the face. And she kind of says, "Where's Alexei?"
He went his own way. He had to get answers.
A pity. I am pleased to see you well, brother, and would like to hear your tale of adventure, if you have time.
Yeah, I'd love to tell it. It's good to see you as well.
All right. Yeah, Karina's bowing her head, the whole oh my god, it's the princess kind of thing. I grew up on a grape vineyard, kind of deal, and I'm in the palace now. This is crazy. Lorius kind of watches the exchange between Phil and Honora, and he's going to try to make an insight check. Let's see.
Well, Hypatia's just gonna be like, are the rest of us invited? Snort.
Okay. He's kind of You can hear like tiny woodchucks assembling some sort of like wooden structure in his brain, because I guess you wouldn't have.
Do I get to not roll this?
Oh, right, yeah. Give me a deception check. There you go.
There it comes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess your sister will also try her best. Here we go. Okay. So understanding what's going on, Loria says, it seems you have some mixed up feelings about your sister. I mean, she's quite beautiful, but from what I understand, that's not the normal custom here. Am I right?
I make my own customs.
Oh, spicy. All right. So, you hear the hefty footfalls of a big man coming. All right. Rounding the corner, you do see Pythor, but he's no longer wearing his strange crystalline glasses to keep the bright light from hurting his drunk eyes. And he seems to have bathed and shampooed his hair and beard. As he kind of rolls up onto the scene, he's looking pretty good. Maybe not as good as he did in his prime, but yeah, look at this. He's even wearing his breastplate. Look at that.
Oh my god. I can't handle this.
I'm like, I see him and I'm like looking around for Pythor. If no one stops me, I'm gonna ask him where Pythor is.
This man is my hero.
His arms akimbo. He says, "My boy!" And he just starts rushing you. Do you want to roll initiative or anything, or
just rush him back?
Okay, all right. You collide with the mountain that is your father. He pick you up like you weigh 5 pounds, and he spin you around. He throws you about 15 feet in the air, and then catches you. And he says, my boy, we're staying up late, and you're going to tell your old man all about what happened in the Mossy Temple. And your sister, too. I can tell that she was real worried about you. She cares about you quite a bit. It's amazing the connection that you seem to have, and you've only just met. We've come a long way from her punching you in the nose. Or was it me she punched in the nose? I can't really remember.
That's okay.
Me neither. Yeah, I'll tell you all the stories. We saved quite a few kids.
Oh, yeah. And for you, Amazon, and he kind of makes like a wheep wheep kind of noise, and you see the Piglet of Legend come racing around the corner. It is marble floors, so he does do a spill out and like slide along the floor. He goes on his back. He does like a couple spins. He rights himself, scampers for a bit, and then rushes you. Do you want to roll initiative?
Oh, heck no.
Does he do that cute little thing where, like, he runs and plays for a good 5 seconds?
Oh, yes, for sure. Yeah, no one stops him either. You just watch him do, like, the running pig for a good, like, 30 seconds straight. He finally gets some traction, and he does, like, a total Pokemon where, like, he leaps in the air, expecting you to catch him. Do you not catch him so that he can hilariously smash into the floor, or do you catch him?
Oh, no, he's a little baby pig.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah. He lets out squeeze of joy and begins searching your body for delicious noms that you inevitably will have hidden somewhere, because that's what his babysitter does. All right. So, yeah. You guys stay up late and explain to Pythor what went down?
Yeah,
We're gonna leave that to
everything.
Phil.
Okay. Yeah, your father and your sister both listen intently to your story. Your story is passably good. If you'd like to see if it could be better, you may roll a performance check. It is up to you.
I did my best. An 8.
All right. So your story is barely good, but your father and your sister, they encourage you anyways, and to them it was a 14.
It's kind of a lot like, yeah, there's a centaur and I hit that, and then there's this slime and then I hit that.
Yeah.
Lots of hitting.
Okay. Yeah, Karina kind of looks over at like Reset, like with a look like this guy right here, telling a story about hidden stuff, but says nothing. She just kind of smirks a little bit. The Pokemans, they all play and tell Talus their version of the story. So it's just Pokemon chatter in the corner with Heroes just sort of like eyes wide listening to the tale of their incredible journey. Soul explains that they almost made her go down a hole in the earth and explore, because isn't that how it always is? And so on and so forth. So there's some sass going on. All right. You talk late into the night. You get some sleep. And in the morning, you have a fantastic breakfast. Do you arrive at the palace? Astraeus?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I will. I will.
Phil, is there a tense Lannister-esque scene where you guys almost hook up but don't hook up because it's not right? Or do you just kind of like, after you're done with your story, you're like, and that's my story and I'm going to bed?
A tense Lannister scene.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you're both disciplined. You both understand that the love is forbidden, and while it break her heart, all she can do is touch one of your muscles. Well, I should specify, touch one of your biceps. There we go. And as she does, there's just a shiver as she kind of turns away and kind of rushes down the hallway. All right. So, in the morning, breakfast. Unless anybody had anything they did that evening that I need to know about? Anybody?
Oh no, just hanging out.
Okay.
I
Hanging
snuck out
out.
to beat Astraeus, but we just talked.
Oh, fair enough. Okay. So that morning, then, Astraeus arrives at the palace?
Yeah, he's gonna
Okay.
come to the. He's gonna come to the palace and I don't know, like just announce to the guards he's there to see Philippocles and the Fellowship of the Chosen.
Yeah, the guards are super lax because they guard like a god. So they're like, hey, sure, okay, head on in. You get the feeling that anyone that's bold enough to just say they're here to see Pythor just gets let in. Like there's actually, it's like an open air palace. So like you're not even sure like how security's a thing, because like there's like 100 different ways to enter the palace. Like there's no chance of security.
Astraeus is like clearly uneasy as he's like walking away because part of him, he doesn't know why, but he just like expects military discipline. But he understands why they would have this kind of attitude, and so he's just kind of like resigned to, I guess it is what it is, sort of thing. And yeah, but he'll I guess walk his way to the breakfast hall.
Yeah, there's like an unusual smell. It smells of fried food. And something vaguely familiar to you. They are having fried cheese potato pancakes for breakfast. So definitely not a native dish by any means to Thylea. It is quite unusual. Along with that, though, there are piles of pastries. Thyleans love pastries. Some of them have meat, some of them have vegetables, some of them have nuts and honey and fruits. But there's pastries everywhere, cheeses everywhere, fresh fruit. It is quite a spread. But other than the cheesy potato pancakes, There are no cheesy potatoes in attendance at the meal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is the breakfast table like a long table, or is it like a sort of like that C-shaped or U-shaped table? Like,
Yeah. It's like one of the C/U-shaped tables.
okay. So when he walks in, rather
The better
than
to
like,
get painted for, you know, like paint. Yeah.
yeah. So rather than actually like take a seat at the table and to immediately like partake, he'll actually like walk into sort of the center area and stands like a soldier at attention, hands behind his back kind of thing, and like bows to Pythor because, you know, king and god, and asks Pythor for permission to address the table.
Who is this? Who are you?
King Pythor, I am Astraeus Rade. I am companion of Versi the Oracle, and I had the pleasure to assist your son and his fellowship in escorting them back home after their deeds at the Mossy Temple.
Oh, okay. Boy, this is a friend of yours.
Yeah, I told him to come over for breakfast.
Well, any friend of my boy is a friend of me. And as he stands, like the entire table, which probably weighs about 8,000 pounds because it's made out of marble, just sort of moves out of the way a bit as he stands up. And he just sort of climbs over the table, knocking over plates and bowls and all that. And he hops down. He rushes you, his arms akimbo. Would you like to roll initiative?
No.
All right. He grabs you in a crushing hug, and he says, thanks for helping my boy. He's been through a lot, you know. His mother was taken from him, and, you know, he didn't get to grow up here in the palace, and he's got these friends, but his best friend, it was a little halfling boy named Alexei. He got real upset apparently, and he ran away, so...
So Astraeus is actually gonna like regard Philippocles with like lots of empathy in his eyes as he looks. Not pity, that's not his way, but like looking at Philippocles with like a little bit more understanding. And then he'll look at Pythor and he'll say, "Yes, my lord, I was happy to help. And these are trying times for many." He probably says that like with a like slightly out of breath. Astraeus looks like a Greek statue of a hero, but he is not as strong as he looks. He's got the physicality of a well-built man, but he does not have the strength.
So he motions for you to sit, and he says, "No, please, sup with us. Again, any friend of my boy is a friend of mine."
Astraeus will nod, and he'll say, "Of course, I will be happy to. I first must ask the Fellowship a question." And so he regards the rest of you, and he says, "The events of yesterday were intriguing, to say the least. I drank from the horn as you did. I saw the vision. I have heard," and he kind of like does a slight inclination of his head towards Hypatia, "of the events of the Mossy Temple and what you've uncovered about the crime of Esther Archelander. Aesop tried to explain to me the necessity of the act, and I do understand to a degree, but this is not what I've been told the Dragonlords have been. I am interested in the quest that you are on. Versi sent me here for a reason, and with Alexei having decided to go his own way," and he like kind of takes a breath, like he's steeling himself for something big, and he goes, "I ask that I may join your fellowship, if you'll have me."
Only if you take the oath.
Absolutely.
You seem to have
I'm okay
good
with it.
character. Yes, I do. If you wish to take up this task, I welcome all the help.
Perhaps we can find what was lost to you, as to some of us.
He just nods in turn at each of you as you speak.
Oh, Hypatia, because you got big brain feet, you remember the exact words that you guys uttered for the Oath of Fellowship.
I will repeat those words for Astraeus.
I am Astraeus Rade, and I swear upon my life and my honor that I will uphold the Oath of Fellowship with the warriors who stand at my side.
Wait, you forgot the wine. You can't do it without the wine.
He'll like lean towards the
Oh,
seat
there's
that-
no shortage of wine! And he just thrusts like a huge bowl of wine at you. It sloshes everywhere.
I'll drink deep from the bowl.
And then pass.
Yeah, he'll pass it down, and I'll regard my clothing like.
And don't worry
What?
about Lutheria. I spilled enough for her. Fucking bitch.
Anastasia was about to say, wait, don't forget to do the... Yeah, if he says that, that's fine. I suppose. I don't know.
Ugh.
I'll hold up a wine glass or a cup of wine as well.
Oh, look at the fancy Arisian drinking from a cup. Bring
Actually,
it all the way
I'm
from
drinking,
Arisia with you?
I'm actually drinking from my alchemy jug.
Oh, okay.
This 5-gallon
seems-
bottle of water.
Yeah, really hillbilly of you, but all right.
Do you blow into it for music as well and tap it along your knee?
I'm gonna sit back down. I am not climbing on that table again. My back. He just lifts the table this time, and then walks underneath it, and then sets the table back down. Most of the stuff falls off the table.
Oh, I was eating that.
You could still eat it. The pig hasn't gotten to it yet.
Yeah,
Druid is
Astraeus
throwing
is-
chores is hopped out of my arm. It's hopped out of my arm
Yeah,
at this point.
he does the same like leap into the arms animation that he did to leap into your arms to leap into the food that has been spilled all over the floor. Like the background disappears, it turns into like a ocean of cherry blossoms and like sparkles, is like tears flowing from his eyes with joy as he lands in the piles of food and just starts swimming through them. Yeah. Well,
As
see,
we-
now you missed out, Arisian. You're too slow.
As I stare at the pig swimming in the food, I'm gonna suddenly remember something, and I'm gonna turn to Hypatia and say, "Hey, speaking of trash, didn't you find like a weird doll back in Demetria's room?"
Yes, and I'm gonna like glance at Talus and then glance away and be like, I wanted to study it first before, worrying people.
Okay. Well, I won't say a word.
Okay.
And she makes a gesture to zip her lips.
All right. So,
hear him?
Astraeus, you have joined the Fellowship. Kyros is eating his fill. What now? What's on your agenda?
Me personally, or everybody?
No, just the whole Fellowship, the Chosen. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to go sell your stuff? Do you want to turn in your herbs and stuff that you gathered?
Yeah, I was gonna turn in the herbs today.
Okay, fair enough.
And I need to buy some more spell components, and then I
Okay.
want to study my stuff. My gross book and my not gross book and my weird doll.
All right. Well, the siblings that you assisted, these two down here, and the bandit that you spared after gouging out her eyeball, Yeah, they are happy to pay you for the herbs that you have gathered. In the end, they do end up paying 150 gold for the reagents that you have gathered.
And the random treasure and trinkets that we found, like the necklaces and the rings and stuff, would we be able to just sell it around town?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So I'll add that after the session.
All right, fair enough. Spell components, not a problem, because this town does have a magic shop, so you can restock those no problem.
Also, I was gonna also try and see if they would be interested in the vials of treant sap
Oh, okay.
as well.
Thylea had
I
a
had
garden.
I had 2 of those for 7 gold. Wait, you want a guard?
No, Parthala
Oh, yeah,
had a garden.
Parthala.
She might be interested in that.
What, the sap? I mean,
Oh, I don't know.
either
you said it grew stuff really
either
well.
vendor will buy it. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to sell it at the magic shop, or you want to sell it to your people that you have set up in the town, essentially,
Ew.
it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'll just sell it to them.
Okay.
And did you just want to put the 150 on the party inventory? That they paid us for the
Why don't we do? Well, I'll add all of it together, and then I'll split like half to the party inventory, and then half to everyone here.
Yeah,
I
that'd
like
be
so
good.
just everything. Yeah, so like right now I got
once I total everything.
4.
Okay, I'll add that later.
So as you are making your way through the market area, Reset, a man calls out to you. You there. I recognize you. You're the one who would not mind your own business and, in her own way, changed my life forever.
Dimus, you're looking good.
And mine.
You're
Yeah.
with your brother?
Ah, yes. After Dimus left, his departure was so inspiring that my sweet Sappho, she confessed to me that she was a rampant lesbian. So I did not want to keep her bound in a marriage that did not make her happy. So funny how we spent our lives fighting over her, and she was not truly interested in either of us.
That's
May the gods
funny.
bring her joy and peace in her golden years. Together, though, we have made, and they kind of stand back to back, the brothers' sandals, and they unfurl the banner for their sandal shop.
You became cobblers, like you wanted.
That's right. We make the finest sandals, thongs, and slippers in Astoria.
Well, I have to see some of these.
Okay. They are all right.
The okayest of shoes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'm not
pick one
saying
up and
I'm not saying
kinda-
this is a Payless, but you know, like they ain't masterwork, to go back in time for that phrase. They ain't masterwork. So
It's a great start.
mm,
I think if you keep working at it,
would you like
could
to
really
buy some?
become
We have
quite
some in
big.
the Arisian fashion. Look, these go all the way up to your knees.
Oh, how much are they?
It's like a gold. Or sorry, a drachme.
I will buy one.
Okay.
A pair.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
you buy a
just
pair of knee-high sandals. It costs you a whole drachme. There you go. The two of them look at each other like, yeah, we sold something.
I'll kind of slightly loudly say, well, I guess if I ever need more sandals, I'll come to the Brothers Sandals
Here in Astoria.
in Astoria.
Go ahead and give me a deception or performance check.
All right.
This would be a performance using charisma, just so you know.
Yep.
Yeah. So as you roll it, people passing on the street, they kind of whisper to each other, "Oh, that is the Arisian monk. She is one of the chosen. Oh, she buys her sandals from the Brothers Sandals. Oh." So that's definitely helping them out.
There's gonna be this, gonna have to be this new emblem, in England, where, the Queen shops here. That.
Oh,
that's
totally.
Gonna be what it is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all
My
over
favorite shop
Astoria.
on the Citadel.
Totally.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
With your permission, Miss Reset, we would like to make a pair of sandals dedicated to you for being the one who changed our lives. We would put a feather on it to represent you on the artwork that would be our sandal.
Sure.
Alright,
You might
yeah.
have to talk to our bard about, licensing and stuff.
Oh, is that terribly inappropriate woman?
Yeah,
Yes.
probably.
They look like they're having to really dig deep for the courage to do that, but they nod resolutely. So,
Yeah, she has this whole brand thing going on.
all right. So, you guys, we can handle the rest of fantasy shopping via Discord, unless there's something exceptionally rare and crazy that you are trying to buy or commission.
Dragon eggs, just up in the market.
Ooh, you actually could ask
dragon
about
shop.
dragon eggs, but most people would just sort of chuckle and go ahead and give me an investigation or persuasion just for shits and giggles. Oh, so you do end up speaking with this lovely lady right here, and she says to you, actually, if you are interested in dragons, you should head to Mitros.
Oh, I don't know about that.
So, yeah, because I would take the task that I was probably asking to try and figure out if I can find out how the heck Gaius would have even had a dragon. So this is a lead. I will. Is there anyone in Mitros I should talk to? Why Mitros?
Well, because it's the best city in all of Thylea, obviously.
Excuse me.
I mean, Astraeus does not disagree.
Right,
But-
okay, sorry.
But is there to the centaur?
Well, it is just I have heard that Valis, the goddess of wisdom, she dwells there as queen, and she is rumored to be the keeper of the dragon eggs.
Why would the goddess give a dragon egg to somebody to fall aside on? Interesting. One final question that Astraeus will ask her. With the peace ending, her being a centaur, what are her thoughts on that? Does she believe that there's a chance for peace?
Oh,
If
so
the gods
Parthala actually sort of ostracized herself from Fey society to pursue the arcane arts. She actually was accepted into and studied at the university. But her decision to do so essentially resulted in her being exiled by her people. So she maintains her shop and her home to be as, Fey infused as possible to sort of remember what she lost. But it's kind of a... She just tells you, I've thrown in my lot with the settlers, so their fate is mine.
Astraeus is going to kind of reach out his hands, like as if to take hers if she's willing.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to look her right in the eyes and he's going to say, let us hope that the peace can be extended and that your people can find it in their hearts to accept you back, despite your decisions.
She kind of smiles. My people have done things a very particular way for a very, very long time. It is beyond my hopes and dreams that they would... anyways.
I look at her with a little bit of sadness, but I kind of nod in acceptance, and I say that it was a pleasure to speak to her, and thank you for your story.
All right.
And seeing how she's the only Fey ally we know, I'd want to ask her about the clipping, and just get her opinion on it.
Oh, okay.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, so let me see. Oh, wow. Okay. She kind of marvels at it and says, are you trying to become a treant?
I partially wanted to honor the memory of one.
You play a dangerous game. I am not at all trained in the life cycle of automaton, but you seem to be more aware than most. It would be a shame to lose yourself to the spirit that you are nurturing and growing.
Could one seek to live in harmony with such a thing?
Oh, she smiles warmly, and she says, it would be a wonderful world if everyone felt that way.
It'll give a warm smile, as warm a smile as an automaton can give.
All right, fair enough. So, one other thing does happen while you guys are in the marketplace. Let's see. As you guys are making your way through the marketplace, a horribly emaciated man comes sort of staggering towards a group of you. You guys could totally decide who is in this group. But yeah, while you are talking to the brother Sandals and selling stuff and whatnot, a badly starved man kind of comes up to you guys and says, hello there. Hello there. I have heard you are great heroes. I don't suppose great heroes like you are in the market for a magic item? Huh?
Can I insight the guy?
Sure, yeah. Insight the hell out of him.
I will do so.
Yeah, this is some shady shit. This is some super shady shit. This is here, look. And he kind of pulls from his tattered clothing a golden necklace. There is a fat fire opal, sitting in there, and it looks like there were at one time other clasps that might have held additional jewels. As he holds it up to you, the sun kind of catches it, and it is brilliant to behold. Huh?
Where did you get that?
You can throw this gem, and it will explode out like a dragon's breath and destroy your enemies. An entire army, perhaps.
Where did you get that?
I found it.
Mm-hmm.
And at that, a nearby merchant comes rushing up. Yeah, we'll say it was Dymas. Yeah, why not? We'll keep it on brand. Dymas kind of runs up and says, "Hold! Do not deal with this man. He is a thief. He stole that and was cursed by the gods for it. He has been trying to pawn it off all week. Some people have been foolish enough to buy it, but because he did not explain where he got it from, he keeps getting it back, don't you?" And the man kind of shies away, and he says, "Hey, but you at least get that 1 gold, don't you, you thief?" So the man's eyes kind of go wide, and he looks around, and his stomach just growls painfully, and he kind of holds it and cries a little bit, and he says, "I admit, I snuck past the Lich Daemon, and I snuck into Telemark, and I stole this from one of the tombs. Now I am cursed by the gods. I cannot eat. Everything turns to sand."
Well, you should have known better.
"But you are strong heroes. You could take it from me. I will sell it to you for a single drachma."
We are planning to head to the necropolis eventually. If you wish, I will take it there for you, but I will not pay you for this.
This is madness. He is cursed by the gods. If you get involved, you risk the gods' wrath on yourself.
Do we know
Surely
what?
not.
Do we know what's in Telemark?
My quest.
Xander's tomb.
Dragonlord tomb.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't think I'm with this group.
Okay, fair enough.
Are we? Yeah. Can we check and see who's like? Am I with you?
It's an
part of that?
optional roleplay event. You could just tell me if you were there or not there. As soon as you say you were there, though. So no matter where the conversation goes, once you are there, you are there. So otherwise, so far it's just Hypatia.
I guess Talos will be with them.
Well, I kind of have to be there because
Okay.
Diamonds is here.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, the dude has a life. He does go other places besides his shop waiting for you. But yeah, you could be there. Yeah, so the three of you are there, and yeah, this guy, he's a corpse basically. He's so emaciated. Like that movie The Machinist, he's like that skinny.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Talos will ask him what curse befalled those who he sold the necklace to.
Nothing, because I did not tell them. I wanted to spare them, but somehow spare myself. And Deimos shakes his head and he says, "You wanted their drachma. You did not care. If you did, you would have told them the truth. But what did that drachma buy you? Nothing that could fill your belly. How did one such as you even get past the Lich Demos? It makes no sense." And the thief is just like, in my prime, I was great at what I did. Now I am a wasted husk. Please, one of you, you cannot leave me to die like this. I will become a hungry ghost and never find rest. I will be enslaved to Lutheria.
If you give me the necklace, I will return it for you. I will not
I
buy
do not.
the necklace.
I do not
from
think
you.
I will last much longer, mistress.
No, then maybe you shouldn't have robbed a tomb.
Yeah,
there
we
any
won't be
way,
going
like-
there for a while.
Is
Yeah.
there any way lore-wise to know if it would be afflicted with the same curse he had?
The most popular, because that's the setting we're in. The most popular curse for grave robbers is they starve to death. Now, as an outsider, and an artificial construct who does not need to eat, I mean, you could take the risk if you wanted to.
Loophole.
That's what I was thinking.
Would we know, like, if he dies from not, like, of starvation, and then someone takes the thing, does the curse pass to them too?
Yes.
Oh, he should return that.
I actually think you can't.
Yeah, do we know if, like, even if returning it, like, restores the
Yeah, I
curse,
mean,
it's
as
still
natives,
rob a grave?
you know that, like, yeah, there's no takebacks. Like, once you do it, you done goofed. You done goofed. There's no like, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, once you get cursed like that, you just starve to death. It's pretty brutal. Hence the reason people don't normally tomb raid in this setting, because
Yeah, it's actually in the player's book, so yeah, it is common knowledge. That is brutal.
Yeah, that's the reason why, like, I'm just like, yo, look at all this money at the temple. Huh? You want it? Here it is. There's just piles of money laying around. Like, this is how they get away with that. Because, like, people are like, I'm not stealing. Are you crazy? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
but,
gonna
like,
say,
Well, question. So, like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to reverse the curse on the dude. Like, I feel like that would happen.
Oh, no.
regardless.
You want to know
But-
if you return it, could that maybe give his soul, like, a fighting chance in the afterlife kind of thing?
Not even really that, but just like, is it good for the universe if I return it?
Oh, for sure, it's good for the universe. Yeah.
So, like, probably wouldn't be cursed. I don't know.
If he gave it to you, the problem is he would wake up and it would be back in his possession. The only way he can get rid of it is to sell it to someone else who willingly takes it, or if someone, stole it from him, essentially.
No.
And then the curse would pass to that person.
This feels like a shunning.
Yeah, OOC, like, I just don't think we should get involved.
Yeah. Well,
Remember, the BioWare guys wrote this
me,
adventure.
and that doesn't. Yeah,
I have to constantly serve up horrible Mass Effect style situations for you.
No.
All right, you guys all.
I'll
turn
move
away
on with
from
my
him?
life.
I'll have to give. I'll give him a drachma, but out of pity.
I
don't know
will
if
just
that is
say,
pity. But,
yeah, I will just say,
he's gonna use it to buy some food that he won't be able to eat.
you had much talent to be able to enter a tomb like that, to retrieve such an item. It's a shame that you made such a big mistake.
Now,
I'm afraid there's nothing we could do to help you.
actually, I'm gonna try to make a good berry and try giving that to him. See, because it is a magical thing instead of normal.
Sure, yeah.
If it has any effect.
He puts it in his mouth, and for the briefest second, his eyes close, and like tears kind of stream down his face, and then he violently kind of bends over, and he just vomits like bloody sand out of his mouth. Yeah, and your friend Deimos says, "This is why you must respect the gods and their wishes. Leave this wretch to his fate. Go. You have important things to do."
Yes.
Turn to the man and say, "I am sorry."
All right. So, on that happy note, I guess we're at time. None of us have jobs anymore or anything because it's the end of the world. Do you guys want to play a little bit longer, or?
Unfortunately, I do have work.
Yeah, I have
My
work
job
too.
still exists.
We'll see how things are going next week when the zombies show up.
Yeah,
No.
T-virus.
Oh boy. All right.
I mean, then we're gonna probably, if the internet goes down, we're gonna need a meeting place so we can all meet
Well,
up, centralized in America.
Since I'm quarantined at home, like I get to like use my home internet for data, so I'm saving all my data for when the internet stops working, and then I'll try to keep running games. And don't tell my other groups, but this is the group I'm going to save my data for. So.
You're on stream.
Oh, whoops! I mean, I love all my groups.
Wait, I'm telling myself. Oh.
Just remember.
Wait, I'm in your other game.
It's almost universal that when the zombie apocalypse hits, the safest place to be is Canada in the wintertime.
I mean,
I think they made a
you're
board
not
game
wrong.
out of it.
We're safe.
Yeah, we're good.
One third of this group is safe.
Max
And just
Brooks, who wrote a
remember-
really good book about surviving the zombie apocalypse. You could probably get it on Amazon before Amazon gets shut down. So,
If you wanted further proof, Corona is an anagram for Raccoon City.
oh dang, oh my god. All right, well I won't sleep tonight. All right, so, yeah, good session. I hope. Lots of lore, lots of RP. You guys are kind of set up for your next mission. I would totally meta here encourage you to seek out whoever the hell this dwarf is that Kyra mentioned, because forewarned is forearmed and foreskinned, as Kyra would say. So
I'm so torn. I feel like I should have helped that dude and made him.
Can we get the
show us how to
main
get
and
into the-
goats off of our?
can you do what now? Oh yeah. Sorry. All
So
right,
torn.
goodbye,
Dude,
Lily.
should have helped that guy, so he would have helped us get in the tomb. I knew that's what that was alluding to.
Well, I actually have to talk to Damon, so
Well, not every problem in this campaign
Yeah.
has a solution. Just so you guys
Yeah.
are aware. Yeah. Again,
yeah.
if you've played any of the games these guys were writers for, sometimes they just put you in terrible positions where you have to make terrible choices. And that's just how they roll. Yeah. Oh, but yeah, like it's not the last of terrible choices, trust me. All right. Well, I hope everybody stays safe and healthy this week. And I don't know. I mean, I guess just we'll handle fancy shopping on Discord. If you have any questions, hit me up. And yeah, your next milestone, a bit of a spoiler, is the completion of the second trial. So whichever trial you choose, sounds like Mithril Mines, that will result in a level up. So
Cool.
Hey.
all right. Night, everybody.
Night.
No.
Good
Night.
night. Have a good one.
Also, I did want to. Oh damn! Everyone.
Have a
No
good
one
night,
else
guys.
wanted